like they've been blessed with everything. And then we hate it when they're also pretty and rich and they're smart. We hate it. That's why people love Paris Hilton. No. Bad. But people are upset when they are pretty and rich and they're smart. People are upset. They can't believe it when everything is in there.
No wonder everybody's upset with me.
Excuse me. Okay. But that's the truth. A lot of us get upset when things like that happen because it seems like life is not fair. It seems like they get all the nice jobs, and you're up there. I remember when I was in college, and I needed a job while I was going through college, and there was a line of people applying as a crew of a hamburger chain, and they made us line up on the street, and what do you call that? The HR people were walking. They had a what do you call that thing? A clipboard. And they were writing on the clipboard. If they gave you a piece of pink paper, that means you're coming back. If they gave you a white paper, you're not coming back. And they didn't ask anything. They were just we were all over 300 of us. They were walking and they would hand paper. They would just look at your face. And if your face was not good enough, you're out. Imagine the discrimination. They didn't even ask who or what your name was. They just look at your face. If you look good, you get a pink paper. If you look bad, you get a white paper.
And everyone sees it.
And then there was about, what, 24 people. 24. And thank God I got in. Part of the 24.
It was the original story.
They said, those 24 have to come back for the test. And I said, oh my God, what do I know about this? So they gave us a time pressure test. And everyone who went to the time pressure test, if you passed, then you were in. So everyone of the 24 people who took the test, about 16 of us got in. And then they sent me to the branch. And when I got to the branch manager looked at me and said, excuse me. So she was looking at me up and down, and then he said, are you sure you can do this? Because it doesn't look like you can do this. I said, what's wrong, ma'am? I can do whatever you want me to do. You want me to mop the floors? I'll mop the floors. You want me to flip burgers? I'll flip burgers. What do you want me to do? Then she looked at me again. She said, you don't, doesn't look like you can fit in this place. Then after everything else, she said, okay, I want to be straight with you. She said, can I ask you a personal question? I said, go at it. She said, are you gay? I said, is that the problem? I said, I'm not gay. If you want, I can prove it to you. But I didn't get in. She could not believe. Maybe it was wrong because on that day I was wearing a red t-shirt and white pants.
So gay.
So gay.
Moral of the story, don't wear white pants and red shirt.
You are so gay.
And he walked like this.
Maybe you're waving your hand like that.
Next, please. So God is a creative God, and He is a God of a creative people.
Funny face.
Next. Greatness is not just from genetics, but from hard work. Remember, what is the difference of being popular and being great? Being popular means what? It means you're doing something for yourself. Being great means you're doing something for someone else. That's the difference. And God is looking for greatness, but greatness doesn't just come because of genetics. Just because you are the child of Bill Gates doesn't mean you're going to be the next Bill Gates. Just because you're the child of Donald Trump doesn't mean you'll be as rich as Donald Trump. But it comes from hard work. Even Donald Trump said he's not sure if he's going to pass on his riches to his kids. Bill Gates gave all his money to charity. Next, please. The person who appears to have the most luck is a person who does not quit. Look at your seatmate and say, never ever quit.
Never ever quit.
When you feel like giving up.
When you feel like giving up.
Hooked up to God.
Oh, good, good,
And
good.
make sure you get more oil.
Make sure you get more oil.
Next, please. Oil the Holy Spirit. To live a life that takes our breath away, we must be willing to get winded. Have you ever run in a marathon or run the race? I like running. I like running a lot. I like one of the games that I love a lot is what do you call that when you throw the ball? And you wanna hit
Dodgeball.
it? Yeah, dodgeball. I like playing dodgeball. What I don't like about dodgeball is when you jump up and then you break your pants. I was in 6th grade when that happened, and they were playing dodgeball. And when I jumped, it tore my pants. And it was so hard to get home. I was holding the back of my pants until I went home. I was holding it. I put my bag in the back to make sure, but I knew it was getting bigger and bigger because I could feel the air going in and out. But the more you run, if you want a life that takes your breath away, you have to run the most that you can. Because you will never reach the prize until you run with all your might. Paul the Apostle said, you must run the race. Compete as an athlete. He said, when you run the race, make sure you compete according to the rules. Why? Because it takes much character for you to compete and win according to the rules. It doesn't make too much of a character for you to compete and win cheating. While God created through the word, we create through work. God said, let there be. For us, we can't say let there be. We have to do it. We have to write it down. We have to plan it. There has to be an effort on our part. One of the problems that happened was in the Garden of Eden. When they were in the Garden of Eden, it says that Adam didn't even need to water the garden because out of the ground came out mist and it watered the garden. But because of sin, there was a word released by God upon Adam, and he said, from the sweat of your brow, you shall till the ground. You shall labor for your food. There's no choice for us except to do things the way he desires it. Our first father lost it. So he had to send another father, the firstborn among all creation, Jesus Christ. And he said, because Jesus came, he said, I give life abundantly. And he's taking away the labor. He says, for my yoke is easy. No. Is that how it goes? For my yoke is easy, yeah. My burden is light. Thank you.
Amen.
That's in Matthew chapter 5. He's saying all these things. He said, you might be laboring. If you're weary, he said, come to me and I will give you rest. Our greatest rest lies in our obedience to the Father. The greatest joy is our obedience to the Father. If you would read that chapter of Matthew 25, it says that when the master came, he said, well done, my good and faithful servant. Enter into my rest. And he even gave them rewards. Your greatest reward lies in your greatest labor. Look at your seatmate and say, your greatest reward lies in your greatest labor. Next, please. God creates by simply speaking. We create by carefully listening. It is impossible for us to create something from God if we don't first hear it from Him. It's impossible for us to listen unto the Father. It is impossible for us to keep our ears open unto Him. Someone who just prays and just says, thank you, Lord, bless me with this, bless me with that, just doesn't get it.